Gallstones negatively affect the function of valves in the gallbladder and thus result in pain and sometimes complications. C and E, D, and minerals like magnesium and calcium are used in enhancing gallbladder health with special reference to gallstones. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is a soluble vitamin or ascorbic acid that is essential to the human body, responsible for gallbladder health and much more. Studies have sought to explain how vitamin C could help in the prevention of gallstone formation, one of which is by converting cholesterol into bile acids. Bile acids are important constituents of bile, a digestive fluid that is secreted by the liver and concentrated in the gallbladder. Cholesterol, once it has been metabolized into bile, is in a more soluble state and can be easily eliminated from the body. Regarding functions, vitamin C also possesses antioxidant activities that may lessen the occurrence of oxidative stress or inflammation on the gallbladder, thus preventing the formation of gallstones. It should be pointed out that main effects of vitamin C supplementation are explained by the fact that some people who lack vitamin C should take it. However, it is rather better not to take tablets and eat vitamin C containing vegetables and fruits. As for those people who have had urinary stone disease or other related diseases, it would be better to consult the doctor before taking vitamin C, as its addition might provoke formation of the new kidney stones in people with relevant tendencies. Vitamine E. Vitamin E also has fat-soluble antioxidant properties that have made it the subject of research on its ability to promote gallbladder health. This paper also found that, somewhat surprisingly, vitamin E may have protective effects on the gallbladder and could be used to help treat or prevent gallstones. Specifically, vitamin E has an antioxidant activity that, contrary to oxidative stress involved in the formation of gallstone, works against such. Furthermore, there is evidence to support the idea that at least one of the actions of atorvastatin might be to keep cell membranes in the gallbladder from becoming inflamed and/or forming gallstones. According to some research, persons who are either consuming more of vitamin E in terms of foods that contain it or those who are taking supplements of vitamin E have lower risks of the disease prevalent in gallstone formation. But more studies are required and more research needs to be done to understand how exactly vitamin E is actually taking its positive effect on the gallbladder and how far is the recommended dose to take for avoiding gallstones. Hence, while it may be advisable for certain individuals to take vitamin E supplements, the general dietary guidelines suggest that nutrient doses should be obtained through foods which contain nuts and seeds and vegetable oils. Since vitamin E is a supplement, it is always wise to seek the permission of a doctor when taking the supplement, especially if there are other medical concerns or use of medication. Vitamin D. Vitamin D, which plays a role of a hormone in the body as it helps in bone metabolism, immune system regulation, and many other functions, also has been found to be involved in the health of gallbladder. Vitamin D is an important nutrient, the deficiency of which may be linked to an increased risk of gallstone development, as has been indicated in this excerpt. There are vitamin D receptors in the gallbladder, and therefore this nutrient plays a role in functioning of the gallbladder. A recent research indicates that lack of vitamin D might cause changes in lipid profile and gallbladder contraction, which in turn may lead to the formation of gallstones. Moreover, vitamin D deficiency is related to other diseases such as obesity and metabolic syndrome that are traditionally linked to the formation of gallstones. Nevertheless, a more comprehensive study is required to conclusively establish the link between vitamin D deficiency and the likelihood of developing a gallstone. By getting enough of vitamin D through sun, foods such as fatty fish and products fortified with vitamin D and vitamin D supplements if required, one can ensure healthy functioning gallbladder and body in general. Those in doubt whether they have adequate amounts of this vitamin should seek advice from doctors. Magnesium. Foods containing magnesium appear to have an influence over many physiological processes and could be linked to gallbladder disease. Other research also has several theories pointing out that the element assists in the avoidance of gallstones since it diminishes cholesterol in bile and facilitates contraction of the gallbladder. Magnesium intake should be sufficient in that a lack of it affects proper functioning of muscles, including the ones of the gallbladder, including regulation of bile flow, and thus can lead to bile stasis, a cause of gallstones. Moreover, magnesium takes part in lipid metabolism, which may lead to the conversion of cholesterol in bile and thus explain the possible prevention of cholesterol gallstones. Magnesium dietary sources include magazine from the vegetation, nuts and seeds, whole grains and legumes. It is, therefore, recommended to supplement with magnesium via adequate diet or supplement if necessary, as it may help with gallbladder function with a decreased risk of gallstones formation. Nevertheless, to avoid adverse effects of magnesium health supplements, people should seek medical advice before consuming supplements, especially when they have some underlying ailments or taking other drugs. There are some approaches that could be useful in dealing with the problem of gallstones, one of which is increasing the intake of magnesium, which will help for the proper functioning of the gallbladder. Calcium. The mineral calcium is very important in contributing to the general well-being and is used in formation of bones and in some metabolic processes. It also helps to prevent some forms of gallstones, another important key to the well-being of the gallbladder. Calcium being in the intestine interacts and forms an insoluble product with bile acids, which may lead to reduced absorption of the acids and therefore reduce the chances of stone formation. However, balance is key. Calcium may be acquired from various sources, and calcium supplements are commonly found to be a cause of worry because high levels of calcium in the urine, hypercalciuria, is a risk factor for gallstones and other health complications. Thus, it becomes important to get calcium mostly through nutrition from foods like dairy products, green leafy vegetables, and other foods that are calcium fortified. For people who may need to supplement, then it can be gotten from a doctor to get the best one without using too much. At the same time, maintaining the level of calcium so that it is not too high but necessary for the body and gallbladder gives better health results not only for the target organ but for body functions in general. They should always seek the advice from a healthcare provider on which new supplement they want to start taking to avoid adverse effects due to their existing conditions. Vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is vital in processing the proteins and fatty foods as well as curing gallbladder and digestive diseases. It involves synthesis of neurotransmitters, synthesis of hemoglobin, and it also takes part in the process of converting the food that we take into energy. In controlling composition of bile, vitamin B6 can help in preventing gallstones formation so that bile is not likely to turn into crystals. Optimal intake of vitamin B6 helps in discouraging cholesterol to accumulate in the bile, which is a major factor leading to gallstones. Consuming foods rich in vitamin B6 can be helpful for the health of the gallbladder and one's overall health in general. Some food that are high in vitamin B6 are poultry. These foods have lean protein and they are nutritional. Fish such as salmon and tuna, they have omega-3 fatty acids, potatoes, bananas, and chickpeas, which is a legume that is full of fiber and protein. Intake of these foods in your diets can therefore help you in boosting your vitamin B6 in your diet, as well as leading to a healthier gallbladder. A balanced diet rich in essential vitamins and minerals supports gallbladder health and helps prevent gallstone formation. Consult your doctor.